our normal course of life, on a day-to-day basis, we have a lot many activities to perform, lot many tasks at hand with specific time limits, which is often very hectic, demanding, and is a potential source of all anxiety, stress, and even depression if that specific task or activity is not performed on time, isn't it? So do you think creating a schedule on day-to-day basis actually helps you? Because I personally used to follow that specific protocol. During my high school and all, I used to sit one Sunday, right, create a schedule on a day-to-day basis with activities on each and every day. Monday and Tuesday used to be fine, but later on, it was all very demanding. And the moment you skip one day, you skip even one activity in one day, you feel demotivated and the purpose is not served. So how to overcome this? And that's the very reason why for the past few years, especially during my post-graduation and after my post-graduation, I started following this concept of weekly projections. So as you can see, this is what exactly I do every week. I mean, the activities might change, but this is how I plan my week. Because if I ask you to project yourself like what you're going to do in the next 1 year, it's very difficult because numerous things are going to happen. You have lot many things to do. And if I ask you to project yourself in the next 1 month, even that's a huge challenge. And there can be variations. Who knows what's going to happen? But if I ask you to project yourself into your next week, I'm sure most of you are very much aware of the kind of activities that are going to happen and the tasks to be completed at hand. And this is how I create my weekly projection, and I'm not under any stress or any negativity or any kind of anxiety anymore. It's because even if I miss this particular activity on one day, I still have 6 days in a week to complete these activities. So this is how you can actually increase your efficacy, efficiency on a practical level. And keeping this in mind, keeping this personal experience in mind, I'm trying to do the same for all the aspirants who are preparing for PG, not just for PG entrance, but you take anything in life. In general, you can just generalize it. So weekly projections are those which enable you to overcome all this negativity with ease. And that's the very reason why I have created a weekly projection PDF for your purpose. And you can see I have even created a sample sheet where you can see a single column with the title task. So what are the tasks you need to perform in that specific week? It might be same for a few weeks, it might be different for different weeks, depending upon your schedule, isn't it? So as you can see, if at all, assuming that you're preparing for NEET MDS 2020, so what are the tasks at hand in that specific week? As you have a weekly schedule, completing all videos in respective subjective section in e-classes, practicing daily tests every day and surprise test every Tuesday, waking up early in the morning, if at all you're trying to for the same, should actively participate in be active in all study club discussions or live sessions, allotting at least 4 to 5 qualitative hours on an average per day for preparation, practicing at least 100 multiple choice questions, completing weekly tests without any delay, usually on Sundays, and submitting compliance report. This is not going to remain the same every week because the moment you start practicing these tasks, you can neglect them because you get used to it. And if at all you have a new task at hand, like you have 2 weeks available for a revision test or grand test, or cumulative test, then your priorities do change. For example, I have mentioned here practicing at least 100 MCQs. If you're practicing the same, then you can increase and note down the same the next weekly projection. So it has to be dynamic, and it will be dynamic, obviously. You can't have the same weekly projection for all the weeks, right? I'm talking at a practical level. So these weekly projections are an add-on to your compliance report, but not a replacement. Weekly projections wherein you're trying to project your tasks at hand 1 week prior. But compliance report is the one which keeps a check on your activities on day-to-day basis and weekly basis. So use these weekly projections and compliance report and plan your preparation, and these reports are best way to execute your plan. I'm sure it will help you out enormously. So it's all about planning and execution, as I mentioned in one of the previous videos. So wish you all the best. Love you all.